guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today I'm coming at you with some spooky summer book recommendations. So it is that time of year for us spooky season lovers where we call it Summerween. We are slowly counting down the days until fall and Halloween time, even though I personally really enjoy summer as well. Stores are starting to get Halloween merch and it's just a really fun time. So I'm here to recommend some books to you that work perfect for Summerween. They have some sort of summer vibe but with a spooky or darker element to them, and I have 10 fabulous recommendations to share with you. We're going to start off with the two that I don't own yet and I need to remedy this. That is The Depth by Nicole Leperance. I read this one in May and I had such a good time with it. In this one we're following Addie Spencer, and she is actually going on her mother's honeymoon with her new husband to Yalay Island. This is an exclusive tropical island resort. Addie has recently experienced some health issues which allow her to no longer go diving. She was a competitive swimmer and diver, and she's had some health issues that have put a stop to this. And on one of her dives, she actually died for a few seconds and came back to life. And so this has caused some health issues for her, and to keep her from being in a depression in the summer, her mother has brought her along on her honeymoon to this tropical vacation. So Addie gets there, she's not too thrilled to be there, but then she meets this very charming boy on the beach and he begins to show her different things about the island. And it's very odd because the color of the flowers will change around Addie, and he tells her that the island must like her, and all these mysterious things start happening. She hears and sees what seems to be a little girl in the woods, and she learns about two sisters that died on the island centuries ago. This is a very mysterious, lighthearted, but has those spooky element vibes to it. Is a young adult standalone. I really liked it. I thought the ending was super unique. I especially liked the audiobook. The narrator was phenomenal and it was just such a fun, quick read. Next we have Those We Drown by Amy Goldsmith. I have a little bit of mixed feelings on this one because I wasn't overly thrilled with the ending. However, I enjoyed the story and the atmosphere so much that I wanted to include it in here. This is another young adult standalone. We're following Liv, who gets the opportunity to study aboard a luxury cruise ship. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to spend a semester at sea, even if it's with her ex-best friend who is no longer speaking to her. When Liv steps aboard the Eos, she realizes that she may have bit off more than she can chew. She is there with her ex-boyfriend and her ex-friend and has met the beautiful Constantine, who has his own ties to the Eos ship, and most of all with the Sirens, the three gorgeous influencers who seem to run the ship. Liv soon realizes the only reason she was invited to board the ship was because another girl that was supposed to join disappeared and no one knows what happened to her. Strange creatures begin to haunt Liv's dreams and she has to uncover this mystery. So this has such good gothic kind of spooky elements, but we're on this cruise ship. There are kids studying aboard. There's a little bit of a romance. The ending was a little bit open-ended in my opinion. I still enjoyed the journey and the writing style, so it's one that I highly recommend. Next we have The Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This is an adult thriller standalone. We're on the isolated island of Moreau in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, an island filled with rumors of shipwrecks, cannibalism, and even murder. Is the perfect destination for the most adventurous traveler to escape everything except for the truth. So we're following 6 travelers as they go to this island and start to uncover some mysteries and some dark different situations start happening. I loved this. I thought it was fast-paced. I thought it was fascinating. I really liked the girlhood that wound up being in this book. I really liked the way the mystery was solved, especially the ending. It was dark, but it didn't get too heavy, and I thought it was a perfect one for summertime. Next is The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst, another young adult standalone. This one has a camping element to it. So we're following Claire. She has grown up being a survivalist. She knows how to be off-grid and how to take care of herself in disastrous situations, but she has never actually had to use any of her skills. When her parents send her to this summer camp that they grew up with that is completely off-grid, she arrives only to find a blackened husk of the lodge and no other survivors. Claire arrives with 2 other late arrivals, and her and the other 2 girls are cut off with no cell phone service, no way to get back to civilization, so they must try and survive. This one is so good. One of my top book recommendations recommendations for summer and springtime. This one has more of that survival element, so there isn't really any actual at camp elements because the camp is burned down. They're trying to figure out why. There is a mystery with something being in the woods and they're not sure what it is. It has a unique twist to it that I didn't expect, that I absolutely loved. I thought it was such a fun time. I gave this one 5 stars last year and I absolutely loved it. Lying in the Deep by Diana Urban. So after being jilted by her ex-best friend and her ex-boyfriend, Jade must embark on the adventure of a lifetime. 11 countries in 4 months, all aboard the luxury campus on a ship. But when Jade discovers that the backstabbing couple will also be setting sail with her, her obsession with them grows and festers, leading to a shocking murder. So this is a very similar vibe to Those We Drown as far as the synopsis, but the stories are very, very different. I did enjoy Those We Drown a little bit more than this one, but I just love books set on a ship. I really like the school campus elements. I thought this one got a little bit more young adult catty than the other one did, but I like trying to solve the mystery and the murder. I love the cruise ship setting, and it's just a great book for summer. Next we have Solstice by Lawrence Allison, another top favorite for me for summertime. We're following Adri. She has managed to score a ticket/invite to this all-exclusive music festival on this isolated tropical island that is going to be filled with celebrities and influencers, and it's supposed to be like the event of a lifetime. But when Adri and a horde of other obnoxious teenage influencers all arrive on the island, this is not the luxury vacation they expected. There's barely enough food, hardly any shelter, and not an easy way to leave the island, and soon they become trending on social media for not the reasons they expected. So this very quickly turns into like a Lord of the Flies survival situation, elements of like fire festival, and I really liked it. Again, there is like a twist in here that you don't really see coming. I thought this was so good. It's such an underrated book and it's just so much freaking fun. I really like it when there's like influencers trapped on an island and they're like all kind of breaking down. This is young adult, so that does have those like younger cattiness to it, but I just thought it was such a fun time. Adri is also not a famous rich influencer, so she's different than the rest of the group and a little bit smarter and savvy, and so it's just such a fun journey to follow. Next we have Into the Drowning Deep by Mara Grant. A few of these books are not necessarily set in the summertime, but I feel like islands and boats and things are what a lot of us want to read in the summertime, especially if you are in like a landlocked state. So that's why some of these are on here, even if the atmosphere is not in the summer. This is one of my favorite books of all time. This is an adult standalone, although there is a prequel to it. So 17 years ago, the Atargatis set on a voyage to the Mariana Trench to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures, but it was lost at sea with no survivors. Some have called it a hoax and others have called it a tragedy. 7 years later, a new crew has formed, but not with the intent to entertain, with the intent to uncover the mystery. This is such a unique read. So this is technically a mermaid read if you're interested in those, but the mermaids in here are more like animals and creatures than they are like half human, half fish. But we assemble this team of researchers, people that believe and have studied mermaids, hunters, linguistics, all different types of people are set to do this voyage to protect themselves and to do the research of what happened to this ship. There is a lot of diverse casting in here. I believe one of the main characters is deaf, or her sister is deaf, so she communicates through sign language. There is a lot of different types of people in the book. It is so interesting, and we go back to the Mariana Trench and try to figure out what happened, because they were able to uncover footage from the last voyage that was very disturbing. This book will give you all the heebie-jeebies. It's not like terrifying, but it gives you that closed in, boxed in feeling because they're in a submarine and they're going deep and they're trying to find things. I read this one in 2 days and it's almost 500 pages and I physically read it. I will link the reading vlog where I read it down below because I had such a good time reading this one. It's the perfect amount of spooky and creepy without being like truly terrifying, and while it doesn't have those summer vibes, it is underwater and on a ship for a lot of it, so it's such a good one for summer. Next is Monstrous Beauty by Elizabeth Fama. This is only the second mermaid book I'm including in this video. I do have a dark mermaid book recommendation video that has a bunch of other like spooky mermaid books if you want to go and check it out. This is one of my favorite mermaid books of all time. So in the past we're following Sarinka and her lover Ezra. Sarinka is a mermaid and she abandons abandons her life underwater for a chance at love. Then generations later, we're following Hester, who knows that love and death are inextricably linked to her family. She's not entirely sure if it's a curse. So we're going back and forth between learning about the mermaid in the past and Ezra, and then Hester in the future. There are lots of spooky elements in here. Again, not truly terrifying. There are darker elements for sure. It has such good like gothic island vibes to it. I really like this one. Definitely has like an old school YA vibe about it, but in the best way, and just such a unique read. Next we have Summer Rental by Rec Talk Ross. I think this one is considered new adult because the characters are like college age. I could be wrong about that, but I believe they're like right after high school. So we're following Riley March and her friends. They're headed to this beach house in the remote Palm Key Island, I believe in Florida. They're going to be having a summer with beautiful beaches and epic nightlife and hot guys. Like Riley's crush Sebastian, who is hiding his true feelings for Riley, and someone is hiding what really happened to Jordan Chang, classmate that mysteriously died last summer. Things take a dark turn when one of the friends goes missing and a hurricane cuts the group off from civilization. Again, we have like a survival element. They're in this house, they lose power, they're not in their familiar environment, and they're not sure what happened to their friend. So this one has like an I Know What You Did Last Summer slasher thriller element to it. So this one is a little bit more intense in like the graphics and the gore. It's not crazy until the end, but I just want to let you guys know because it's not something I usually like, but I love Rec Talk's writing style so much. Such a fun read. Like the environment and the hurricane and the beach life was just so good. The twists really caught me off guard, and it just gave kind of like those retro spooky summer movie vibes. If you like those, I highly recommend this one because I had such a good time with it. Lastly, we have One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. This is an adult standalone thriller. We're following Lila, who's in a little bit of a rut. Her postdoctoral research has fizzled out, and things with her boyfriend, aspiring actor Nico, aren't going so great. When the opportunity arises for Nico to join a new reality TV show called One Perfect Couple, where couples will go to an island and compete to be the best match, Lila finds herself boating through the Indian Ocean to join the cast with him. They will compete against 4 other couples to win a cash prize. Not long after they arrive on the deserted island, things start to go wrong. The first challenge leaves everyone rattled and angry, and an overnight storm takes matters from bad to worse. Again, they get cut off from society, they lose power, and they're no longer in the TV show, although some of them think they might still be on the TV show, and they're not really sure how much of this is like planned. This one is a very fun thriller. The atmosphere of the island and all the camping and different things that they have to figure out and try to find food was really, really good. I did wish that they had done a little bit more of the reality show aspect before the disaster took place, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought the atmosphere was super fun. It does have darker elements. We do dive into the characters' past and learn some heavier topics, but overall it still felt like a fun read. Again, a lot of sisterhood in this one. I really like the ending. I really like Ruth Ware as a thriller author, and just like such a good one for summertime. Okay, you guys, so those are some thrillers and spooky books that I think are great for Summerween time. For those of you that love that time of year, let me know your favorite Summerween style book down below in the comments. I have some more that I can recommend, maybe do another video like this next year. Let me know if you have read and loved any of these. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Bright Side Girl if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side.